If you're using the Firebase as a backend, then when user tries to log into your application, the URL which looks something like this, project.firebaseapp.com, it is shown to the customer when he's trying to log in with the Google provider. But instead of this URL, if you want to use your custom domain, for example, softpost.org or auth.softpost.org, what you will need to do is that you will need to go to the domain provider for your domain and then add this record of this type, cname, and then with the name as auth. Okay, so this one you can create on the spot, this subdomain just for the authentication purpose. You can give any name here instead of auth. You can say XYZ as well, but it's better to name it as auth because it makes sense. And then here you have to give this firebaseapp.com, whatever is your project.firebaseapp.com, that URL. So after adding this record, what we are telling is that whenever someone tries to hit this particular URL, they should be redirected to this URL, which is provided by the Google. So that is first setting that you need to do. Next one is that in the Firebase console, you have to update authorized domains as auth.softpost.org. Okay, this one you need to authorize in the Firebase authentication section. So that is second change that you will need to do. Then third, in the console.cloud.google. So this is where the you can make the settings related to the Google Cloud. You have to go to the project under which you have created this app, and then you have to add this authorized JavaScript origins as auth.softpost.org. So this setting is applied to the OAuth2, and also you will find this authorized redirect URL settings as well. Here you have to put auth.softpost.org and then this particular path, auth/handler. So basically what happens is that instead of Firebase domain that is going to handle the authentication flow, custom domain is going to handle that authentication flow, auth.softpost.org. So behind the scene, actually it is forwarding the requests to the Firebase URL, but for the user, they will be seeing this particular domain, softpost.org, or whatever it is your custom domain. And finally, you have to do the last setting that is in the SDK. So by default, you will have this Firebase auth domain set to whatever Google has provided, xyz firebaseapp.com. So instead of that, you will have to use this auth domain, auth.softpost.org. Okay. Once all these settings are done, that's it. Then what will happen is that whenever you will try to log into your application, you will see your custom domain. For example, if I go to this application and if I try to sign in, you can notice that it is going to auth.softpost.org. So behind the scene, it is actually sending the request to the Firebase domain. Okay, and here you can select the email address, and then that's all.